All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward and talk about innovation, especially when it comes to the Japan World Trade Bridge. Global trade that is now being reshaped by new corridors, supply chain recalibration, and also strategic alliances. Japan continues to remain central to the high-value manufacturing, advanced technology ecosystems, and precision industrial networks. And as India strengthens its manufacturing ambition, the India-Japan partnership acquires a new structural importance. Trade innovation today has extended beyond tariffs to regulatory alignments, investment facilitation, and also technology collaboration. To explore how Japan is now positioning itself in this evolving global architecture, please join your hands together in welcoming Akiko Okumura, who is the Executive Vice President of the Japan External Trade Organization. Good afternoon, ma'am. The stage is yours.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your introduction. So thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. My name is Okumura, and I'm an Executive Vice President of JETRO, Japan External Trade Organization. Today, I'd like to speak about the current state of economic relations between Japan and India and the direction in which cooperation between our two countries should move forward. Let me begin by emphasizing that the economic relationship between Japan and India has clearly entered a new phase, both in scale and quality. Historically, the Japan-India relationship has been driven primarily by manufacturing, particularly the automotive sector. This remains an important pillar of our partnership today. At the same time, in recent years, the relationship has evolved beyond this into a more strategic and multi-layered partnership. This evolution is driven by growing awareness of economic security as well as increasing synergies between Japan and India in advanced technology fields. In addition, Japan faces a serious domestic challenges as population decline accelerates and securing highly skilled talent becomes increasingly difficult. Under these circumstances, cooperation with India is no longer just about market expansion, but it's becoming a vital element in sustaining the Japanese economy itself. Furthermore, beyond large corporations, Japanese small and medium-sized enterprises are now increasingly looking to India, marking a new phase of expansion. Japan-India cooperation has expanded beyond making India to what can be described as making India make for the world, reflecting a growing global perspective to position India as a manufacturing hub. India is no longer merely an investment destination for Japanese companies. India is increasingly becoming a global export hub and a key platform for expansion into third countries, including Africa. Just the lady mentioned about that. So currently, around 1,400 Japanese companies are operating in India. At the Japan-India Summit meeting between Honorable Prime Minister Modi and Honorable Prime Minister Ishiba in August last year, our leaders set a new target of 10 trillion yen in private investment into India over the next decade. I believe this target reflects strong expectations and deep mutual trust in the future of our economic relationship. while the automotive sector, led by Suzuki, Toyota, and Honda, has traditionally been the core, Japanese investment in India has recently diversified across a much wider range of industries. These now include electronics, industrial machinery, chemicals, food, logistics, and financial services. As a result, economic security, high-tech collaboration, and people-to-people ties have emerged as new pillars beyond investment alone. JETRO conducts yearly surveys of Japanese companies operating overseas. According to our survey, more than 80% of Japanese companies in India indicate their intention to expand operations. This is the highest level among all countries and regions surveyed. For Japanese companies, India remains and will continue to be a destination for proactive and forward-looking investment. India's investment environment has several clear advantages for Japanese companies. First, its overwhelming market size and growth potential. Second, relatively competitive labor costs. Third, the ease of communication, particularly through the widespread use of English. At the same time, challenges remain. These include time-consuming tax and administrative procedures, rising labor costs, and constraints in infrastructure. JETRO continues to support Japanese companies on the ground, including efforts to address these challenges. In the field of economic security, JETRO, CII, and the Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry in India jointly developed an action plan in August last year. This is a new framework built on the analysis of the strengths and vulnerability of both countries. It is based on three key pillars. The first is expanding investment in strategic sectors, in key sectors such as AI, semiconductors, solar power, and batteries. I am confident that Japan and India can create strong synergies by working together and building on each other's strengths. The second is strengthening cooperation in the technology and innovation. By bringing together the respective strengths of Japan and India in technology, research, and innovation, we can create significantly greater value. In this context, the expansion of Global Capability Center, or GCCs, and increased investment in research and development in India are particularly important. India has already established itself as a global hub for IT, engineering, and R&D. For Japanese companies, India is increasingly becoming not just a cost-efficient location, but a strategic partner that plays a central role in value creation and innovation. At the same time, to ensure that such cooperation is sustainable, it is essential to promote strong intellectual property protection and prevent technology leakage. Creating an environment in which innovation can be developed and shared with confidence will further strengthen mutual trust between our two countries. The third is enhancing collaboration in human resources. The expansion of human resource collaboration, which will shape the future of Japan-India relation, is also important. By promoting personal exchanges among private companies, universities, and research institutions, we can go beyond simple knowledge transfer and move toward genuine co-creation. The accumulation of these human networks will form the foundation for long-term technological cooperation and industrial partnership. As I have mentioned earlier, the scope of cooperation between Japan and India has become extremely broad. When Honorable Prime Minister Modi visited Japan in August last year, more than 170 MOUs were signed at the Japan-India Economic Forum organized by JETRO and others. These slides shows the sectors covered by those MOUs, and as you can see, they span a wide range of fields, including semiconductors, IT and AI, hydrogen, startups, and healthcare. The next stage is to translate these agreements into substantive collaboration in advanced industries. I believe it is clear that Japan-India relations are entering a new phase simply by looking at the expansion of these areas of cooperation. Everyone here would agree that there is little debate about utilizing India as a global export hub. From India, Japanese companies are increasingly expanding into Africa and other third country markets. India's role as a trusted economic partner will become even more important the years ahead. Here I'd like to explain how we can leverage Indian talent and intellectual infrastructure through 4 key points. The first point is the talent exchange. Japan is currently facing a serious challenge in securing highly skilled talent due to population decline and aging. To address this gap, we aim to connect world-class Indian professionals with leading Japanese companies. This will enable a sustainable and mutually beneficial circulation talent for both countries. The second point is academic linkage. We will promote joint research in deep tech fields through collaboration with top Indian institutions such as IITs and IISc. At the same time, we will build sustainable recruitment pipelines with a long-term perspective. Industry-academia collaboration forms a foundation for long-term innovation. The third point is GCC utilization. We position India's global capability center not merely as outsourcing bases. They will be leveraged as strategic innovation hubs for R&D, digital transformation, and global operations. The fourth point is regional exchange. We will promote practical cooperation between local governments in Japan and India by attracting and developing highly skilled talent, including IT professionals. We aim to address acute talent shortage in regional areas. Through those 4 initiatives, we will further deepen Japan-India economic cooperation with people at its core. Finally, I'd like to talk about Japan's contribution to India. Key KPIs which highlight Japan's key contributions to India. Japan is a key partner for India in investment, infrastructure development, and human resource development. Cumulative Japanese FDI amounts to approximately 2.7 lakh crore rupees, with around 1,400 Japanese companies operating in India. Through JICA, Japan has provided long-term support for core infrastructure such as metro system, high-speed rail, and dedicated freight corridors. So, in human resource development, Japan has contributed to the skill development approximately to 24,000 young people based on the Japanese-style manufacturing training programs over the past 7 years. So JETRO will continue to serve as a bridge between Japanese companies and India. So, sorry for the timing. So JETRO anchors its activities in these initiatives, and we will continue to serve as a hub connecting business people, technology, and the nations. In doing so, we will support a future in which Japan and India grow together. Thank you very much.